Hello everyone, hope you all are fine. Let's start the second chapter from our book, practice book, the sentence. A group of words that makes complete sense is called a sentence. Things to remember. A sentence makes complete sense and it begins with a capital letter. The words in a sentence must be in their proper order. For example, we have this, the sentence ends with a played evening last we are match hockey. It is not suggesting any meaning because it is not in the proper order. Okay, so the words in the sentence must be in their proper order, and a sentence ends with a full stop, a mark of interrogation or a mark of exclamation at the end. Then only it will complete in its meaning. We played hockey match last evening. So it is giving some sense. Okay, so this is a true sentence. Let's coming to the next parts of a sentence. There are two parts. A sentence is made up of two parts, subject and predicate. Subject, the part of the sentence which names what the sentence about, means which is telling us that the sentence is about what, whom, किस चीज़ के रिलेटेड है, किस पर्सन के साथ रिलेटेड है. क्लियर? देन वी हैव प्रेडिकेट, द पार्ट ऑफ द सेंटेंस विच सेज समथिंग अबाउट द सब्जेक्ट, मीन्स उस जिस सब्जेक्ट के बारे में हम बात कर रहे हैं, जिस पर्सन और थिंग के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, उसके बारे में कुछ और जो भी सजेस्ट कर रहा है, दैट इज कॉल्ड predicate. For example, all the players contributed to the victory of the team. Here this whole sentence is suggesting, it is telling us about the person. So all the players, these all persons are being referred here. So these all are, this is called subject, and the rest part of this is contributed to the victory of the team, that is the predicate. Clear? That is a predicate, and which tells us about the subject, about that person. Okay, let's coming to the next. Here, things to remember. The subject of a sentence usually comes first, but occasionally it may be placed after the predicate. In the heart of the forest lived a saint. Here, this part is the predicate and a saint is the subject here, because usually we know we put subject in the beginning, but occasionally it may be placed after the predicate. Clear? After the predicate subject occur, it is also a sentence, but it happens. Next, the verb is an essential part of the predicate. In an imperative sentence, the subject is always you, but it is not stated. Suppose, sit down. It's obvious, it's understood, you sit down. So you here is not being stated, but it is understood that we put you over there. Okay, the whole class, if I'm talking you all people, then what I'll say, sit down, stand up. So I'll not using you over there. Okay, that is understood. Next, we have kinds of sentences. We have 4 types of sentences. First one, we have assertive or declarative, interrogative, imperative and exclamatory. Assertive, statement or information. Okay, it displays statement or information. Interrogative arises some question, and imperative, it gives command, instruction, advice or request. and explanatory sentences having explanation. So let's see assertive or declarative sentences. These all are the statements or giving any information about anything. An assertive or declarative sentences says or states something, कुछ बताती है या कुछ कहती है. It is of two types, affirmative or positive, and the second is negative. For example, the fox looked at the piece of cheese. This is the affirmative sentence into in the positive sense. Okay, assertive sentence this is called. The fox didn't like it. It becomes negative of it. Okay, so what to remember? We put a full stop at the end of an assertive sentence. Okay, and into the interrogative sentences, it arises some questions. An interrogative sentence asks a question, and it is of also two types: yes or no questions and WH questions. Do you like stories? The answer will be with yes or no. And the second type of question, which starts with WH, suppose, what kind of stories do you like? WH, which starts with WH family, what kind of stories do you like? Clear? So WH family also include who, why, where, when. Okay, with these alphabets, if it is being started, it means these are WH questions, and it will be in the elaborated manner. The answer will be into the elaborated manner. What kind of a story do you like? But if we are asking in the yes or no question, do you like stories? The answer will be in yes or no only. Clear? Remember, in interrogative sentences, we put the auxiliary or helping verb before the subject. Auxiliary means whenever we are putting, suppose auxiliary verb, like helping verb. Okay, are you going to Delhi? You are going to Delhi. This is the assertive sentence. Where while making it into the interrogative sentence, we put are into the in the beginning of the sentence. Then it will become question. Clear? So the auxiliary verbs will come in the beginning of the sentence, and at the end we put question mark. So we put a mark of interrogation at the end of an interrogative sentence. Okay. Coming to the next, we have imperative sentences, commands. An imperative sentence expresses a command or order, an instruction, a request, or an advice. Keep off the grass. This is the command. Put this notice on the notice board. This is the instruction. Pass me the sugar, please. Request. Do you do your homework regularly? This is a advice. So remember, in imperative sentence, the subject is always you, and but is not implied or stated. It is not being told. Next, we have exclamatory sentences. An exclamatory sentence expresses some strong feeling. How beautiful the butterfly is. What a nuisance it is. That in order to make an exclamatory sentence forceful, किसी भी सेंटेंस को ये forceful बना देता है, we use a slightly different word order. In sentence 1, the normal word order should be the butterfly is beautiful. How it is the change in it means we are putting how in this we are changing the order, word order of it, okay, to make it into the exclamatory sentence. In sentence 2, The normal word order should have been it is a nuisance. What a nuisance it is. It is a nuisance. Normal word, it is a nuisance. But if we are forcing it, we are putting some stress on it, then the word order will be changed. What a nuisance. Remember, we put a mark of exclamation at the end of the exclamatory sentence. So this is all, and in the next session we will discuss about the worksheets of the chapter 2, the sentence. Thank you and have a nice day.